it's super difficult, as well as the vision. When you're starting right at the back, you really can't see anything until you're 3-4 meters behind the car, and then you can see their rain light slightly, but yeah,
a reflection off the surface, you can't see those painted lines.
That's right. Yeah, the macro roughness of this circuit, it's like glass, to be honest. I think because they resurface it most years. I don't know if they did it this year, but it makes it really tricky in the wet. I don't think we've had a wet race here in a long time.
That was actually Louise Goodman's been interviewing down on Melbourne Walk, and it's been a common refrain from the teams about. Intermediate onto a slick tyre, so to speak, later on in the race, and that will put up a result that could be anyone in the field that could take a podium, and probably at least the top half that will be in it for the win.
This is part of the experience coming here, and that's what a Formula One race is all about. I've been lucky to come to many of these over the years. When was your first one?
My first one here, it was in 2023. So that was the...
On the other side of the grid from this driver, much hyped favourite for the World Championship. Oscar Piastri hoping to do for the Australian crowd to make it the first time an Australian has won the home World Prix in the modern era. Not far away now from a race start. The Formula One Louis Vuitton Australian Grand Prix 2012.
What can we expect? I mean, if there's a chance to try and win
Who's on that?
the buzz is just amazing, isn't it? I mean, a message for these guys who have come out in the wet. They've got their ponchos on. I've never seen so much papaya around Melbourne. So a message for these guys out here who are not going to stop yelling and screaming. Thanks for the support so far. It's been an incredible weekend.
To our start, what we recover.
Lots of applause happening in the final corner there. Keep being generous in your applause as they make their way around.
done. Last thoughts, Rusty, before we go racing.
I think this is the fans have braved the conditions here, Cam. They've been so good. They've been loud in voice. They've got those ponchos on. I think to a cracking race. What's like is rain the level. And if it goes through on this side, that's
can do this, and is to protect our marshals so they can get there and retrieve the car as quickly as possible from our You need to have something to give you a bit of grip.
Yeah, exactly. Now, George Russell has not been able to stay in touch with him. He's some 6.2 seconds behind Piastri. And Max has done the fastest we've seen in the first sector. Uses some of the curve there. been the best in the middle sector. Again, Max searching for some order on track. Just
So Lewis, much like Charles Leclerc, asking the team to convey some information. Lewis Hamilton again. Seven-time world champion. First time he's driven Ferrari power unit or anything up to Williams. Also still investigations.
Lewis is exactly 1 second behind. Place continues. Max Verstappen, Piastri, George Russell, Charles Leclerc.
Orlando Norris. All right, Australia. He's now free to run. That was the exit at 10. This is now breaking down. He's able to keep going. Infringement for Albon also. Spot when Piastri got through. DRS is available for Hamilton.
He's been asking for quietness so we can get potential witnesses, if there are.
Max Verstappen onto the medium compound tyre.
Will the move away from the inters to slicks give George a bit of a transformation? Hard break for Piastri. then ultimately would find reverse and back his way out of it.
That 30. They can still get 10
So it's a tough day for rookies.
That's white lines, isn't it? I think just too wide.
That was the Borderletto incident down at turn 13, which we saw him stopped there. That was at the same time Liam Lawson went in at turn 2. And he'd already lost the right rear and had already broken something broken. Liam Lawson just getting on the gas out of turn 1 and ending up in the wall.
Signify when the track is open. Only proceed onto the track through the designated. The siren has sounded at the conclusion of the race. Follow the instructions, please. It's not the result, Cam, that we thought it would be today, but he salvages something.
He will be in the hunt for the World Championship. That is why that point is important. Let's watch what happened to Pierre Gasly down in turn 1. He just ran long. And that allowed Charles Leclerc to get a run on him. And he was able to clear him before they even entered turn 3. An amazing one. Small mistake can cost you ultimately 3 positions. And the Alpine went from a decent points haul to no points. This was Hamilton. It was opportunistic because Gasly was trying to fight back against Charles Leclerc, and Hamilton just went round the outside. So they're feeling the threat as all of a sudden Max Verstappen runs slightly wide on the exit of 6.
A reminder that the siren will signify when the track is open. We need to do the right thing, please, everybody. Only proceed through the designated entry points after the siren has sounded. Max is close.
Rusty, every time you go to read that, just keep reading it, Rusty. Just keep reading it because he gets closer. The closest winning margin we've seen, 0.7 of a second. We're inside that at the moment. That was back in 98. 2 McLarens, Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard. We're around the same. DRS is active, and guess what? We're about to start. He very soon.
Xem để thay ra nếu mà mình về trước. Có chờ xem cái đứng cuối cùng hay là về luôn.
Beautifully handled. We executed into the second, 1 second later. We were done. So well done everyone. Congrats. Amazing way to start the year. Thank you so much.
Executed to perfection. 1 second later than